Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, then turn that notification button on right now. WWE is a place built around men and women who are physically far more superior than mere mortals. While there have been a few who broke the main event scene without what has become the stereotypical WWE Wrestler physique, their numbers are few and far between. The number of people who possess a body like a Greek god and have reached the main event scene and even held a title is far more in number. In recent times, things have changed slightly in WWE, with people like AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Bray Wyatt also getting chances. In this list, we will talk about 10 WWE stars who have a physique that Hercules himself would be jealous of. Jinder Mahal. The tale of the modern day Mahal Raja is still fresh in everyone's mind. He had a dream, 2017, where he was able to win the WWE Championship from Randy Orton in Backlash and held it until November. This came after the fact that in his last run with the company, he had been pushed into a three-man band faction, a team which was going nowhere fast. He lost match after match, while on that team was nothing more than a glorified jobber. What changed in the time between the two runs? Well, some would say that WWE was trying to get a foot into the Indian market by making an Indian the champion, even though Jinder was Canadian Indian. But what was actually different was his physique. Jinder changed completely from the person he had been in the last run. When he came back to WWE, it was with the body of a Greek god. He went on to win the WWE Championship, and the WWE seemed to be incorporating him into the United States title picture now. His method of working out? Jinder is a classic bodybuilder and starts his workout with heavy lifts and does cardio for at least 25 minutes 6 days a week. His diet has helped him to become a wrestler with one of the best physiques in WWE. Elias. When you look at Elias, the first thing that comes to your mind isn't that he is a great bodybuilder. His beard and guitar, along with the attitude, he seems to wear it like it's a cloak. Elias is one of the best heels in WWE at the moment, but other than amazing personality, he also has a great physique. Though he has no defined feud at the moment, he has received a steady push with television time ever since he came up to the main roster with his Drifter character. No one believed that Elias was going to make it in the WWE. On occasions, he actually had to pay money to be able to try out in WWE. His physique has improved considerably over the years and is extremely well defined due to his regimen that he puts himself through. Like Jinder, he starts with heavy lifts and works on high reps and high sets with a diet of low fats. Tony Nese. Tony Nese has not had the easiest time in WWE since his debut in the Cruiserweight division. The division was not really popular with the WWE fans due to the sort of booking it underwent. Ever since Triple H took over 205 Live, however, things have changed for the better. The quality of the matches being put on are way better than before, with entertaining storylines and characters. Nese had an amazing match with Drew Gulak in the first round of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament, but unfortunately, he was not able to win. One of the characteristics about Nese that has been highlighted from his first days in 205 Live is the faultless physique he has. He looks like someone who can easily enter a bodybuilding competition and has adopted a bodybuilding style for years. He uses isolation machines and cables to make sure that he treats his body in the perfect way. Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke is not the typical woman on the WWE roster. Unlike most of the women, she does not rely on only her speed. Though she is agile and athletic, her lack of charisma has denied her a major spot in the women's division. Right now, she is possibly the most built woman in the WWE when it comes to her physique. Her late boyfriend Dallas McCarver and her were both bodybuilders, and was first spotted by WWE officials during a bodybuilding competition at the Arnold Classic. Even though currently she is a manager in WWE, her discipline outside the ring remains spectacular as she continues to train her physique to be as good as it can be. Vince McMahon. Never say Vince McMahon is a boss who expects something of his employees that he won't follow through on himself. Vince McMahon is known for his liking of big, well-muscled men, having pushed so many of them while booking WWE shows. It was a known fact in WWE if you had a good physique, you had a greater chance of being pushed. He even founded the World Bodybuilding Federation in 1990. Though it was shut down, Vince McMahon himself did not shrink away from workouts either. When he was younger, he entered the ring and showed off his impressive physique when he took on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Later on in his career, he certainly did not let himself go, even though he had the right to. Even in his 70s now, Vince looks as fit as ever and has a gym in his office in Stamford, Connecticut. Zack Ryder. Though he is not a mainstay on the WWE roster at the moment, there was considerable improvement in his physique of Ryder from his time as Edge's lackey. When he came back as part of the Hype Bros, he was not the same Zack Ryder who won the United States title in an upset victory. He was physically much more fit and his muscles were toned and well defined. Any follower of Ryder knows his dedication to bodybuilding and the style he follows for all of his work. Though his in-ring career does not leave a lot to be desired, the way Zack works on his physique is something to be looked up to. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is not your typical WWE wrestler. In the sense that he is pushed hard and fast by Vince McMahon from day one, Roman has won the United States title, the Intercontinental title, the WWE Championship, the Royal Rumble, and even Tag Team Championships, making him a Grand Slam winner. There is a reason that Vince has pushed Roman in this manner, and that is because he fulfills all the prerequisites of a Vince McMahon guy. Not only is he tall, he also has well-defined muscles, though they are usually covered behind his Kevlar jacket. Roman is stronger than he looks, and he has bench pressed 445 pounds in the gym. He, however, has changed his approach inside the gym, where he used to eat large amounts and then hit the gym to lose that weight, and then turn it into muscle. Since joining WWE, he has put more emphasis on cardio and hitting those high reps and high sets. He does still start his workouts with a heavy lift. I mean, can you blame him? The big dog has to get used to lifting the likes of Strowman. Triple H, a man who is without a doubt one of the most successful in pro wrestling history and someone who is set to change the course of WWE. Triple H is a font of wrestling knowledge. When he first debuted as a wrestler after training with Killer Kowalski, the game did not seem like he was much to look at, playing an arrogant aristocrat. His gimmick did not need him to have too many muscles. It was later in his career in the early 2000s that a noticeable difference was spotted in the game. Ever since his run began with Evolution, it was like he was a different Triple H. While he had never been unfit before, he seemed to be more toned now than ever. The way the light highlighted his physique during his entrance when he stood on the corner turnbuckle to show off before the audience was a sight to behold. Recently, he has appeared on the cover of Muscle and Fitness several times. After retiring from an active wrestling role to a manager role, he still keeps up his fitness by exercising regularly. Finn Balor. If there is one star on the WWE roster who everyone knows works out, it is Finn Balor. He is far from being the largest guy on the roster, but his sheer dedication to having a perfect physique is inspiring to say the least. He was the first Universal Champion in WWE, but had to give up the belt due to an injury he suffered in the final of the tournament. Since then, he hasn't had the best run in the WWE, having been inconsistently booked by WWE, picking up wins and losses. Currently set to face Seth Rollins and The Miz at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. His ripped physique has gained him a lot of fans, and to maintain this physique, he has a hard schedule of workouts for himself. He keeps his carbohydrates low and focused on bodyweight exercises where he lifts and focuses on his abs. He does a lot of cardio and exercise to keep the blood flowing. Braun Strowman. When Braun Strowman first appeared in WWE, he looked like just another tall WWE monster whom Vince had brought in due to his physique. He was awkward in the ring and seemed to be really stiff. This changed over time, but not before most of the WWE fans had given up hope to WWE. He was a bodybuilder and a strongman competitor, and even after joining the company, he's been successful in maintaining the physique. A powerlifter, Braun focused on lifting weights as well as a lot of cardio. Strowman is also surprisingly agile for the man of his size, while also being very aerobic in the ring, hitting top rope moves and even doing drop kicks. If there is one thing that can be said about him, the monster among men has the most memorable temper.